This is the story of the new Steelers head coach, Ben Berger. This 500-pound man is looking to lead this extremely washed Steelers team to a Super Bowl. Hello and welcome to the first Madden rebuild that I'm doing. I'm not going to count the Patriots one that I got fired in as a rebuild because I didn't rebuild the team. But I did have that as like a little bit of a lesson as to what to do and what not to do. So, other than that, I think we should just get right to the rebuild. And just like that, we are in the offseason, just like the real Pittsburgh Steelers, as I simmed past. But one thing that is very notable is that in this sim, Aaron Rodgers retires. So, we now have Will Howard at QB, which means we desperately need to draft one. We still have a completely washed DK Metcalf, in my opinion, and our defense has some very old parts to it, I should say. I believe Cam Hayward's gone, but, TJ Watt and Jalen Ramsey are both very good spots on this team, as well as Highsmith. But I think we need to just get to the draft and find a way to sort out this terrible quarterback situation. So this free agency was actually quite good for me. This wasn't necessarily what I was expecting. So I gave both of these 85 and up guards, Kevin Zeitler and Joel Bitonio, I think. I don't know. But I gave them both pretty large contracts, and they both signed because O-line is always a part that I'm complaining about. I also got a good 83D tackle and Kyle Juszczyk, who I like. So pretty good and very solid free agency. It gives us a great foundation because as I was doing this, I'm thinking I might try and give Will Howard a shot. I might change up the playbook. I don't really know yet, but I'm gonna go to the draft and see what I can get. Now, this guy, Antonio Williams, is looking like the dude I'm going to pick because he's got elite excel, elite change of direction, elite jumping, great speed. You don't need strength. Agility is kind of scary, but his 40-yard dash was the ninth. So this guy is definitely solid. He's around 1-2 projection, and I think I'm going to go Antonio Williams. So now we just got him walking out with Roger Goodell. I want to see what kind of fit he's wearing, just because most of the time it's honestly terrible. That's actually not too bad. He does look a little large for a wide receiver, but he was ranked 70th in true value. Wow. He is hidden dev with 93 speed. Oh my gosh. That is unbelievable. And I'm just taking a look at the draft recap here. My hidden dev wide receiver is a 74 overall, so that's solid. And then King Mack is a 73 strong safety, so I don't think he'll have any issues. But my CPU did get me a 73 left tackle. Is this dude hidden dev? This dude's hidden dev. All right. The computer clutched up with this one. He's got 87 strength, decent. Yeah, dude, this guy's solid. I mean, he might start too, because I know my left tackle honestly isn't as good as it could be. And then they also got me another free safety with one of my fourths, but they decided to draft me a quarterback who is normal dev, a 69 overall, and who will most certainly not be starting. So I'm gonna just what is this dude's last name? J. Michael Sturdivant. Wow. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust the lineup a little bit, make sure that Will Howard is starting, and then take a look at the team right before week 1. And after a sim to mid-season, the Steelers are 3-4. This is not what I was expecting. But honestly, that's what happens in a rebuild. Sometimes you just got to take a step back. But the thing that worries me is in that screen, I didn't see a TJ Watt, so I'm hoping that this guy isn't injured. But Will Howard has developed pretty decently. Moss is still technically the better receiver. Both of our hidden devs on the offense are both just star, but honestly that's okay because it's honestly better than nothing. And defense, yeah, TJ Watt's injured. Oh boy. Okay, so one of our stars on defense has been injured going into midseason. Steelers go 7-10 with their first year without Mike Tomlin, and it shows because they didn't have a winning record. But taking a look at the playoff picture here. The Raiders make the playoffs. Patriots playing the Jags. Nothing else crazy except the Giants and the Cardinals both being in the playoffs. But just like that, the Eagles beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl once again. Jalen Hurts also gets Super Bowl MVP. NFL MVP is Joe Burrow, and Dable gets Coach of the Year somehow. But we don't get anything like that, which is a little bit disappointing. I think I'm going to go with this left tackle here, Joey Esquivel, because his stats are okay. His agility and change of direction is really good, which is crazy for a left tackle, but strength good scares me a little bit, but I trust in him. 48th in true value, and he is hidden dev, which is solid. His strongest position is actually on the D-line, but I'm going to keep him at left tackle just because of the 87 strength. And now I got to try and draft a linebacker. Now, taking a look at the draft recap now, once I left, everything went downhill. So my left tackle is a 73, and my will is a 72. They tried to draft another quarterback to get rid of Will Howard, but Will Howard will be staying. The star quarterback is going to lead this Pittsburgh Steelers team to a Super Bowl. I am declaring it right now. But after that, now we got to change up a little bit of things on the roster and then get straight to regular season. That didn't take long at all. So I am trading TJ Watt to the Broncos so that I can get Cole Kmet, Zach Allen, and a 2028 third round pick. So that just got rid of, honestly, one of the older players on my team. But after that big trade at midseason, hopefully we can turn this around. And there's only one way to check. And just like that, the Pittsburgh Steelers couldn't do too much. They did win 5 more games, though. They did go 6-11. Will Howard led the league in passing yards with 5,200 with 27 touchdowns. Now, that's not an MVP caliber season, but this Cincinnati Bengals playbook is definitely something special. The Giants win another Super Bowl. And in something I never thought I was going to see, the Giants beat the Jags in the Super Bowl. Jackson Dart is Super Bowl MVP. NFL MVP goes to Mahomes. Dable gets Coach of the Year once again. Puka Nacua, Abdul Carter. And this could not be a better free agent signing. Jahmyr Gibbs is 100% going to become a Pittsburgh Steeler. And I sadly did not get Jahmyr Gibbs, but it did get Rashawn Gary, a new kicker and punter, as I got Tajay Spears and Reggie Gilliam. But I gotta look to do something in the draft because we're running out of time with DK here. Now this dude, Clint Wilder, elite excel, elite agility, elite change of direction, and elite speed for a will linebacker. Absolutely, I am taking this dude. 77th at 39. This dude's normal def. Micah Silver, a wide receiver. He's got elite excel, great speed. I mean, I could go for it. What is his scouting report? Catching is F. Deep route is terrible. I gotta try something here. 61, 71, and he's just normal def. Really fast though. Our draft recap has our first overall D tackle, Grant Dobson, being a 76 overall, so that's solid. This receiver also isn't too bad, but once I left, it kind of went downhill other than Nick Weston. And I just decided to sim to the end of the season, because at midseason, we were once again 1 win, and we end this season pretty much the same. The team, I haven't even taken a look at it yet, but, I mean, Will Howard has kind of hit a wall. Our offensive line is broken. And our defense is great. I don't understand. Our defense is great. I changed up the scheme, so now we're running a 4-3 instead of a 3-4. I just hope that I can retain most of these guys to try and make a push next year. And the Super Bowl sees the Jacksonville Jaguars winning their first Super Bowl as Trevor Lawrence takes MVP of the Super Bowl, and Joe Burrow takes regular NFL MVP as Brian Daboll is just the greatest coach of all time, apparently. Offensive player Ashton Jeanty and Aiden Hutchinson gets that Defensive Player of the Year. But Jalen Ramsey is walking away from the Pittsburgh Steelers. And seeing as how this team is in a detrimental state, I need to get rid of DK Metcalf just to try and open up some cap. So I sent him to the Raiders for their first round pick for this year, which I'm going to use to draft Will Howard's replacement because I'm also going to try and get rid of him now, too. And in a trade I did not think I was going to see, I just got DK Metcalf's replacement and AJ Brown and a first round pick for Will Howard, Morgan Moss, I think is his name, my third, my fourth, my fifth, and my sixth. So now I hold 3 first round picks, and now I also have AJ Brown. And with the 4th overall pick, I think I'm gonna take quarterback Devontae Joseph here because he's got elite strength, elite change of direction, great throw power, and his key ratings look amazing. So I can't whiff on this. I really need to not whiff on this because this is my only higher 55. He is hidden dev though, so he can't run. His throw power is okay. This vertical threat tight end Jimmy Guerrero looks really good. I was also looking at this guy. He's got all right speed, change of direction. This guy is just kind of a solid tight end all around, and it's really weird though. It does say his weakest position is tight end. Go for it. Why not? I mean, 27th in true value. And he's hidden dev. Okay, so all my first round picks were hidden dev. Now just taking a look at this draft recap here. Devontae Joseph, my new quarterback, is a 74 overall. My new wide receiver is a 73. Jimmy Guerrero is a 75. That's amazing. And then I also picked up a Mike linebacker as a 71 overall hidden dev. And then they picked me up Chad Stanford, who's a 67. And after a quick sim to mid-season, Pittsburgh Steelers are 3-4, which is much better than 1-6, and we're playing the Kansas City Chiefs. I gotta play this game. It's been forever, and I also want to beat the Chiefs and send this team to 500, and hopefully clutch up with a playoff spot in which I will be playing the moments because I really want to win this team a Super Bowl. But first, we have Arrowhead Stadium to worry about. And honestly, I don't know what year it is in this sim, but I don't even think they'd be at Arrowhead anymore, as our defense kind of lets them right through. And our first moment is on offense, which is exactly what I would like, and it is a red zone moment at that, with A.J. Brown as our wide receiver 1, and our guy that we drafted so many years ago at this point, as A.J. Brown makes the catch, stays on his feet, brings us to the 4-yard line. And Devontae Joseph looks like he's settling into our team pretty nicely, as Spears on the right is wide open, and he makes the catch, tying the game up for the Steelers. And the next moment that we get is a defensive one, and a very crucial one at that, especially with a defense that honestly isn't great. Not great, but we do get that stop there, sending it to 3rd down as the Chiefs have Jeremiah Love keeping me in to hopefully get another stop here. But I can only hope for so much with a defense like this one, as it is swatted down by number 2, which should bring out the field goal unit, as it does. And Harrison Butker is definitely not going to miss this. So Chiefs have the lead as I completely whiff the blocked kick animation, and it is 10-7. Pittsburgh Steelers back on offense now. God, I just want to win this game. I want to win this team a Super Bowl. I'm so done. So I take a bad throw, but oh, that was 4th down too. Wow. And after a pick that I wasn't even commentating on, we're back on offense, as I am looking to do something magical here as A.J. Brown gets open, and Devontae Joseph makes the completion happen. And at the 2-minute warning, the Chiefs have the 10-7 lead over us. But they're also 3-4 at this point, which is not something I was expecting. But Guerrero doesn't get the separation, and the O-line doesn't get the blocks that I need, and I get sacked. And now they're in the red zone, we can hopefully beat a touchdown to somebody here to give us the lead again. But it isn't looking too promising because this Kansas City defense has been really good throughout this game. But A.J. Brown gets open and in to the end zone for the Pittsburgh Steelers' 2nd touchdown of the day. And the Steelers fall to the Chiefs 14-38. And wow, that was A terrible game from our defense. I mean, I think we're on a good track. At least I believe. Devontae Joseph puts up a great rookie stat line. 60% completion percentage, 4,800 yards, only 26 touchdowns, but with that O-line, at least with the way that it was, it makes complete sense, but Burrow is definitely going to get MVP. I mean, they might give it to Mahomes, but I don't know what I need to do anymore because I've drafted a new quarterback. Obviously, I'll give it another year. I'll give it another year, and then who knows? I'll have to do something major. And the 2029 Super Bowl sees the Philadelphia Eagles beating the Miami Dolphins 31-14 with Will Howard winning Super Bowl MVP. And I'm pretty sure that's my Will Howard. So, turns out when you're on a terrible team, you get terrible results. Oh my god, Joe Burrow wants to play for us. And we get Joe Burrow and Greg Rousseau. This team is going to the Super Bowl now. We have A.J. Brown, two great young wide receivers. This team is definitely Super Bowl bound at this point. And I'm taking a look at this new look offense with Joe Burrow. Nothing else changed. I'm just kind of here to take a look at what I need for the draft. But both Devontae Joseph and Guerrero were hidden devs, which is amazing. T. Paxton is star. Silver is star. I'm pretty sure A.J. Brown retired. Little unfortunate. And now the defense, which is led by a couple superstar X Factors who aren't playing for some reason, but it is what it is. I'm just here to take a look. Like I said, I need a right edge and I need a right guard. So let's take a look at that now. Seeing as how we have Joe Burrow, I think it's only fitting that we play Joe Burrow's old team in the Cincinnati Bengals and hopefully completely destroy them. And it's a rain game where the first moment I get is on offense, where I get to play with Joe Burrow in a Steelers uniform, which just looks so cursed. But luckily, this Cincinnati team is honestly terrible. As Joe Burrow completes the pass, and it honestly looked like he dropped it. But the next moment, once again, is on offense. I think I'm going to get Guerrero on one of these slant routes, as Paxton could get open, but he doesn't, so I'm just going to feed it straight to Guerrero as he tries to juke him, but his juke move isn't that high up. He is still a little bit young in the league, and our running back isn't good, so just going to get Freiermuth over there and feed it to our backup tight end, hopefully, but A is wide open. Can't get the juke off because it's a little wet, but that does put us at first and goal. Looking like Silver is genuinely just wide open on the left side. So, you know. No, don't lead anybody over to him. Fraud. Straight to Silver and in to the end zone. Next moment here is a pretty crucial drive that honestly could make or break this game. But I honestly just think that's because it is a little wet outside. Guerrero gets the separation, and the tight end is pretty much going to walk into the end zone for another touchdown for Joe Burrow and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And just like that, Ben Berger and Joe Burrow beat Joe Burrow's old team 21-11, starting off the season 7-1, which is completely different from the way that this Pittsburgh team has played in the past. And honestly, I think that we're a lock for the playoffs now. And just like that, the Steelers get a bye in the wild card after signing Joe Burrow. Wow, this playoff picture looks crazy with the Minnesota Vikings and the New York Giants on the other side. Raiders-Browns is a playoff game. The Panthers have the 1 seed. This is ridiculous, but clearly getting Joe Burrow was definitely the play. So now all that matters is who we play in the divisional. And in the divisional, we are at home against the Miami Dolphins. With our first offensive moment here, we're backed up right on the goal line. And honestly, this is a little scary. Just because I don't know how good. I completely froze up there, but Joe Burrow doesn't get the first down. but he gets really close, just enough to back us out of the end, or to get us out of the end zone pretty much there. Because getting a safety is not what we need, as it's caught by Zero and he stays in bounds. Now we're out to the 50 almost. And I don't know who's injured, but I hope it's not my guy, because that would be catastrophic at this point. But getting downfield like that was ridiculous. The DB there completely blew it, as my tight end can't come down with the ball. That was a ridiculous pass. All right, I got to lock in, because he is not a... He may be good. He ain't that good. Okay, I like this. Texas, but Joe Burrow's under pressure, and he can't complete that throw. And Antonio Williams has an ankle sprain, but luckily, we got our wide receiver from a few years ago, and he's coming in, filling in for Antonio Williams as he has an ankle sprain that hopefully doesn't limit him through the playoffs, and I throw a terrible ball. And at the 2-minute warning, it is tied 7-7 in the divisional. We are on the 12, and I just need to not throw another bad interception like that, because I completely threw that drive as... God, I'm still mad about that, but here we go. A's wide open, and he gets into the end zone. Once again, a Pittsburgh Steelers touchdown to Guerrero. And Miami's an onside kick formation. If they get this, they have a chance to win the game. As 44, Black on the Pittsburgh Steelers comes down with the football. That's the name on the back of his jersey, I swear. And just like that, I believe we can't kneel it out just yet, but we're close to making our way to the AFC Championship. As Freiermuth open, doesn't have the speed, but Miami takes their first touchdown. Y is open. Bad ball. Great catch. And stays on his feet. He stayed on his feet. Silver into the end zone, sealing this win for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And just like that, the Steelers beat the Dolphins 28-18, sending them to the AFC Championship once again. And once again, we are at home for the AFC Championship, except this time it's against the Tennessee Titans, who have a 9-8 record and march their way right downfield. All right, so they're not frauds. We're frauds. So I can't lose to the Titans on a pretty crucial 3rd and 1 here. So I'm just going to... Okay, no, I needed to not do that. I needed to get Guerrero on a route, and that is not what happened. It's 4th and 12, and we missed that moment as the ball gets traded a couple times, and I'm coming in for defense, even though I suck on defense. I'm so bad. So bad, but we got to do something here. I'm user in Calhoun here. Pretty sure I drafted this dude a little while ago. As we pressure the quarterback, forcing a 4th and 7, and I don't know if they have the kicker to make this. They don't. Pittsburgh, we still haven't scored. This is getting a little scary here because I want to go to the Super Bowl, but... Open! Guerrero makes the best catch of his career! And a 79-yard touchdown is the first for this Pittsburgh Steelers team in the AFC Championship. We let up another one to Tennessee, but we're once again just outside of the red zone. Guerrero gets the separation and the catch. And there's a flag on the field, but that's pass interference for Tennessee. What? Okay, yeah, I'm declining that. Now we're on the 2. And I don't even know my running back's first name, if I'm being honest. But it's Spears. And he can't even punch it into the end zone. Are we serious? That's Tajay Spears? Are we for real? Okay, well, I'm just going to call him Adam Silver, even though I know that's not his name. But Adam Silver's open on the right side, so I just need to audible out of this and then put him on an out. And then snap the football quick to Silver. And he... Are we serious? Okay, well, he dropped it. Such a fraud for dropping that, but let's see if Tajay Spears can punch this one into the end zone this time, and he can't. So we're 4th and goal. We're on the 2. We're actually in a position where we need to go for this. Otherwise, if we don't get this, sadly, Might be the season. I trust Guerrero. And he gets into the end zone once again. We are mounting the ending drive of a lifetime here. Tied 14-14 against the Titans. And that was almost picked off. Oh, no. Oh, this sucks so bad. Nobody gets the separation. Except my guy, Guerrero. And a bad ball for Joe Burrow. And I'm not punting this football. I got to go for it on 4th down here. Oh, come on. Guerrero. That's not Guerrero. I don't care who it is. That's 88. And that's a completion, which also makes it a 1st down for the Steelers. Okay, we got to keep energy high here. We got to just get downfield. Guerrero. They have him one-on-one. And I throw a pick on the 1. That's holding. Joe Burrow tries to get the sack. And the Tennessee Titans advance to the Super Bowl as the Pittsburgh Steelers fail to make it once again. Just taking a look at this team before the draft. Joe Burrow once again, well, not once again, but still the superstar X Factor. Silver's a 96 overall, and Jimmy Guerrero, at least I hope that's his name. Yes, it is. He's a superstar X Factor. This guy's the GOAT. And after a quick sim to midseason, we're 3-3, which is very concerning because I don't know what happened. Is Joe Burrow injured? No, Joe Burrow isn't injured. What is wrong? How? How are we... Nothing seems wrong on my team. I guess we're just not winning as many games, but I'm just going to sim to the end of the season and hope that we do make the playoffs. After a rocky season through and through, the Steelers do not make the playoffs. I thought I was there. I thought this was finally over. I don't know what to do because Joe Burrow is still Joe Burrow. He's putting up the most passing yards. We have the best receiver. We have some of the best. Like, I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what happened this year. But I am starting to get very worried because Joe Burrow's contract is up next year. And, who knows? But I'm just going to sim to the offseason and just try and win a Super Bowl. I don't know what to do at this point. Okay, this 83 overall right guard not being hidden div is kind of criminal, but we did also get a left edge and a halfback that were in the 70s. So this dude is a stud, and hopefully a midseason sim will put this team hopefully back on track to go to the Super Bowl. And on their bye week, the Pittsburgh Steelers are 4-3, which is extremely worrying to me. Because if not at the end of this season, I have no idea what I'm going to do. Because we have the team for it. They are just not playing to where they should be, and Joe Burrow is starting to regress. So, I don't know. The O-line looks solid. Tajay Spears is injured, but we weren't running the ball anyway. Paxton is injured. Defense is still solid, so I don't know. And after a great midseason turnaround, after starting 4-3, the Pittsburgh Steelers went 10-7 and are in the wild card against the Indianapolis Colts. And I got to win this game for them because I'm tired of this team. For our first offensive drive here, we are backed up on the 6. And we got to give Guerrero a route because Guerrero is, in fact, that guy. But so is Joe Burrow as he slides, fumbles. For a fumble 6. And now we are back on offense after that absolutely terrible play. And Guerrero comes down with the football after making a great catch. Good pass by Joe Burrow coming off of that fumble, but honestly that fumble was also my fault. But it's good to see that Tajay Spears is no longer injured. But Guerrero, open, caught for the first down, putting us on the 2, setting us up for what should be a pretty easy run, but honestly, at this point, I have absolutely no idea. Especially with Tajay Spears in an O-line that does that for me. This is ridiculous. This team is trying everything that it can to lose. Pass to X. And nothing much off of that at all. Guerrero, right in for the touchdown. Great. And the next moment I get, we are in the red zone once again. As X is wide open. Great catch and great throw. And in for the touchdown for the Steelers, giving us a 21-17 lead over the Colts. And we once again have a big end of game drive in a playoff spot. And I just need to not do the same thing as I did a few years ago. Silver, X-Factor receiver, catches it as Indianapolis uses the first of their actually the second of their timeouts. I don't know who Barkley is, but this dude is a specimen as Joe Burrow gets sacked. And Indy uses the last of their timeouts there, which is not what I was expecting them to do. Guerrero wide open over the middle, getting the yards, and he has the speed to just get to the 2. I thought he was going in the end zone, but now we're on the 2. And I think I'm going to try and feed this right back to Guerrero. For the touchdown is Guerrero, and it's caught. And the Pittsburgh Steelers are 100% winning this game against the Indianapolis Colts. And just like that, the Pittsburgh Steelers, with no audio for some reason, are heading back to the divisional round. And the divisional round is being played at Huntington Bank Field against the Cleveland Browns. Not something I would have thought I was ever going to say, is playing a playoff game against the Browns, but who knows, because we are starting in the red zone here. And you know who I'm going to go for at this point, because Guerrero is that stud guy as he gets open and he drops it. But honestly, that's like, he got completely spear tackled there, so I can't honestly be mad at him. But I can be mad at him if he doesn't catch this, and he does, and he gets into the end zone for the first touchdown against the Browns that I have done in this franchise. Just like that, after halftime, we're back in the red zone. Sitting on the 11. Guerrero! Oh my god, he dropped it. Are we for real? Guerrero pretty much had that as a dead-to-rights touchdown. That is absolutely ridiculous. He can make up for it if I don't throw a pick. Good lord. Alright, I'm an idiot. This dude isn't Rob Gronkowski. He's Guerrero. I don't know his first name, but that don't matter. The only thing that matters is that I get into the end zone here, and why is the way to do it? I actually lied, it isn't, because he completely missed it. But let's see if our kicker can make this. More so if I can make this, because I'm washed at kicking, but it goes straight through the uprights, giving us a 10-0 lead over the Cleveland Browns. Mounting a game-winning drive to send us to the AFC Championship. Guerrero gets open, and he gets the juke, and gets maybe 3 more yards from it. But if I score here, then I'm pretty sure that's the Browns season. And we're going back to the AFC Championship as long as I can score right here. But 11 is wide open and in for the touchdown. And that sends us straight to the AFC Championship once again. And just like that, the AFC Championship is being played against the Las Vegas Raiders. like I know that Madden is supposed to be like a realistic game, but I don't even know what year it is in this. Like, I'm being so honest. I have spent so much time. I've changed my shirt. It's literally a different day than when I started this. This thing has taken so long, but Guerrero makes a great catch and dodges a tackle, but literally, yeah, it's taken me multiple days to rebuild the Steelers just because I can't sit here for 4 hours and do it, because keeping Will Howard was probably the stupidest thing I've ever done. But it's a good lesson because I'll never do that again, as I almost get sacked, but I have just enough time to throw it away. But yeah, keeping Will Howard, just looking back on this video, like, I know that it's not over yet, and I haven't won the Super Bowl, but, like, keeping Will Howard, stupidest decision I could have made. I just needed to draft a guy. I would have been done with this yesterday. Would have been out the day of filming this, which is Thursday. But I don't even know how long this video is going to be, just because of how, like, ridiculously long I've been recording for. But that's enough of me yapping and complaining about doing YouTube content, as Guerrero catches it, but only brings us to the 1. And I hit him, and he's into the end zone for the first score of the AFC Championship. The Steelers are back in the red zone in the second quarter. And I believe everybody watching this video knows who I'm going to at this point, as he doesn't even catch it, but, you know, it's the thought that counts. Because I'm just trying to stay happy, as this team has literally taken me 3 hours to do. Oh, I thought I had that. Guerrero looks like he's going to be wide open off the line here. And he drops it. I thought he had that in his hands. He might have just dropped it. But who knows? I just got to hit Guerrero. Or maybe Camaro. Here. And it's almost picked off. All right. We are back in the red zone to start the fourth quarter, as Guerrero catches it for the first. And I think if I get this touchdown, I think I'm sending these Steelers to the Super Bowl to hopefully win it and complete this absolutely ridiculous rebuild that I have done, as Paxton almost makes his way into the end zone but falls just short, putting us on the 1. I gotta punch this in with Tajay here, and I'm pretty sure the left side is the way to do it. I lied. I can't run for anything. Oh my gosh. I don't even know why, because, like, my O-line is solid. It genuinely might just be Tajay Spears. Guerrero, wide open in the end zone, catches it, and that sends the Steelers to the Super Bowl, is what I think. The Steelers are finally finding their way back to the Super Bowl, but the rebuild isn't complete until they win it. So, let's see who we are playing. And the Super Bowl is against the Bucks. And you can see that Joe Burrow also won MVP, but Super Bowl versus the Bucks in Miami. The first moment that we get is a defensive one somehow. It hasn't even given me the prompt for an offensive one, otherwise I would have taken it. But the Bucks have a lead. Very crucial one at that, but we do stop them on third down, which should give us the football. 2-minute drill, here we go. God, this is scary because they have a pretty sizable lead here as Tajay Spears gets open over the middle. I got to call a timeout. But they must have just been bagging our offense for me to not even get a moment. But this Tampa team is good. This Tampa team is really good. The dig over the middle, caught. Oh, and there's an injury timeout. Honestly, that's not bad for us, though, because we didn't have one, and I didn't call no huddle, so that was... sometimes you just got to take one for the team. That's like, no! No! I throw a pick. That may have been the only chance I was going to get, as I got to try and make up for what I just did. That may have just thrown this Super Bowl. Oh my God, there's no chance. Right? That dude just completely shoved me down. What? But they call a timeout. So if they don't make it into the end zone on this play, which I really hope they don't. Cover an 88. Fumble. Big man touchdown. Big man touchdown. Big man touchdown for the Steelers in the Super Bowl. Number 99 outlasts Emeka Egbuka at half to get the Steelers their first touchdown of the day. And this, they give me a kicking moment here to tie up the Super Bowl. And let's see what I can do. And what do? I drill it. It's now tied after Tampa had a 10-0 lead. Once again, Big third down here. Very, very big third down here. Going forward, and I pick it off! Bucks quarterback throws an interception. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This may be the story of a lifetime, as it's 3rd and inches. And we need this more than any of them, as Guerrero gets open and gets out of bounds for the first down. But they don't give me another moment on that drive. What? And we're back on defense. Oh no. That's ridiculous. Why didn't they give me another moment? Bucks running it. I gotta burn a timeout because they are in territory to just kick a field goal and win the Super Bowl off of that. Okay, big hit. Timeout. This may be the most crucial third down in Pittsburgh Steelers history, and I don't think I've said that this video yet, but if I have, doesn't matter because this is it. This is all that it matters. And he's wide open. He gets out of bounds, and I click the timeout button on accident. I just sold this game. This game's over. I just lost the Super Bowl. Game is tied at the 2-minute warning. Bucks are in territory to just kick a field goal with no time left and win the Super Bowl off of it. No, not like this. Pitching it off. 1st and goal. Burning a ton of clock here. I don't even know what the play is here. Like, is the play to let him score? No, I didn't mean that seriously, man. Alright, this is the most meaningful drive of Joe Burrow's career, in my opinion. Because this is to win a Super Bowl. Williams catches it. No. No huddle. Come on. Okay, I'm really happy that I remembered I don't have any timeouts here. Fake spike formation. Joe Burrow rolls out, hits X, gets out of bounds. This is looking good. This is looking really, really good. Guerrero is on the B. Feeding it to Guerrero. Good drop. Honestly, good drop. I'm not mad at that at all. But we got to go bench dagger here. I could hit Guerrero or I could hit Paxton unless Williams is wide open. Paxton coming up. Oh my God, I thought that was a pick. I thought that was the game. Oh boy. 3rd down. Paxton open. Drops it. Paxton dropped it. Paxton dropped the football. Going to Y. And it's in for the touchdown! Oh! Williams with the best catch I've ever seen! And it's in overtime. We are in overtime in the Super Bowl. I need to play some of my best Madden ever. B. Out of bounds. All right. Okay. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Guerrero has the out. Catches it. Gets the first. Oh, my God. I thought that. All right, it doesn't mean anything if we don't win. Doesn't mean anything if we don't win. Drops it. All right. Oh, boy. I don't even know. I'm not even, like, commentating this the right way. I don't even care. I am genuinely terrified. X! Oh, my God. That could have been so many yards. 3rd and 10. Maybe the largest third down of this game. Actually, no, it's not. This is the second largest third down. of this game as the dig is open, but I shouldn't have thrown that. 4th and 4. They must think I am stupid, because there is no chance that I'm punting this football away and leaving it up to my defense. And I should have. Bucks football. 3rd down. 3rd and 5. If I get the stop here, there is a chance. I didn't get the stop, and I don't think there's a chance anymore. Oh boy. It doesn't even matter. I need to get a turnover right now. Otherwise, they kick the field goal and they win. Dude, I come all this way, rebuild this team for genuinely like 3 hours. Just for it to all end to the Tampa Bay Bucks? Are we serious? What? This is ridiculous, bro. No! And we go from losing in the AFC Championship to losing in the Super Bowl to the Bucks when we get the MVP, the Defensive Rookie of the Year, the Offensive Player of the Year. This should have been our year. Okay, so seeing as how this has taken a very long time, I think that we should just do a recap of all the Super Bowls. So this is an actual Super Bowl that happened in real life. It was when the Eagles beat the Chiefs. And then the one for this year, where the Patriots are actually in the Super Bowl, it was Rams beating the Broncos. And then 2026 was Eagles beating the Chiefs once again. 27 was Giants-Jags. 28 was Jags beating the Eagles. 29 was the Eagles beating the Dolphins. 2030 was the Bucks beating the Titans. 2031 was the Broncos beating the Lions. And 2032 is the season that we just played, and it was the Bucks beating me in the Super Bowl. And free agency was pretty decent, where we got Nick Bosa and Alani Moreland to give us a good halfback, and then Nick Bosa just to pretty much end off his career because he, for some reason, thinks that we can win a Super Bowl. And once again, the Pittsburgh Steelers find themselves in the playoffs. The wild card game will be at Highmark Stadium, and I can only hope that this is our year. Starting the game off here, this is going to be a crucial 3rd down, but you know who I'm going to. I'm going to my guy Guerrero, who just gets himself out of bounds in the red zone. But now we are in the red zone, and we need to score. So I know that sentence didn't make a ton of sense, but, you know, got to throw it to somebody. He catches it, but he gets out of bounds. Come on, Guerrero. Come on. Get some separation. And you throw a pick. 1st and goal on the 4. Who's going to be the hero? Is it Cases? And yes, it is. As the Steelers punch in their first playoff touchdown of 2033. And now we're looking for our second as we are back in the red zone once again. And Guerrero is wide open over the middle. And he gets the 2nd touchdown for the Steelers. And another playoff touchdown on Guerrero's record. Lashley, open. Getting the 1st down, putting us at 1st and goal on the 6. So, I think if we punch one more... Actually, no, Buffalo, it does have some points on the board. But number 0 gets open in the end zone for the 3rd touchdown for the Steelers. And they're going for the onside kick here. So hopefully I can just recover this and send us to the divisional. As that is exactly what we do. And now we're just going to kneel out this football. And just like that, the Steelers find their way back to the divisional after a 21-18 win over the Buffalo Bills. And it's a tale as old as time as the Steelers are playing the Baltimore Ravens. But now we're in the red zone. But since it is raining, I think this is going to be a great day for Moreland on the ground as our O-line gets us a wide open hole. And Moreland, Alani Moreland, gets us to the 2 for a big 1st and goal. And Silver is wide open on the left side because Madden is just such a realistic game, as Joseph just completely skies it right over his head. So, can't do that, but who knows? Now we get another shot to hopefully put it in Silver's hands this time, as there is a motion. And Silver catches it and is in for the touchdown. And at the 2-minute warning, it is 7-3. I do have the lead, but it is also 3rd down. Come on. Come on, Guerrero. In the sack, Guerrero still gets the 1st down after a great pass from Devontae Joseph. He was getting pressured. I honestly thought I was going to sky that, but luckily I didn't. And I'm looking to Silver here, as Silver gets the greatest separation I've seen. And he gets right into the end zone because of it. And at the 2-minute warning, we are up 7-11. The Ravens have no timeouts, and we are on the 4. The game wants me to just kneel the rest of this out, but I think I want another touchdown. So I'm just going to try and punch one in with Moreland, as he can only get 1 yard, but the clock will continue to run. As it looks like my boy Silver is wide open on the left-hand side. And the snap is, he stumbles. He doesn't get it, so that was actually really stupid of me because, it was just unfortunate. I shouldn't say it was stupid of me because I definitely want this touchdown as Moreland punches it right in, and that sends us to the AFC Championship once again. And the Steelers are at home in the AFC Championship against the 7-seed Cleveland Browns. There's Snoop Dogg, too, to walk us out. Hopefully walking us out to the Super Bowl. Big 3rd down here. As our running back on the Texas gets wide open over the middle, and a juke puts him on the 3 for a 1st and goal that they are going to let me play. So I'm just thinking, since Moreland got that great catch, I think it's only fitting that we try and get him the rushing touchdown as well, as he gets pushed into the end zone for the Steelers' 1st touchdown of the AFC Championship. And once again, the Steelers are attempting to mount an end-of-season drive to hopefully send them to the Super Bowl, as Cases gets open over the middle and catches it, putting us on the 26. And I'm going to run this here. The only reason why I want to run this is to just get us to the 2-minute warning. Oh, wow. Yeah, that got completely stuffed. But I'm actually going to call one more play here so that the clock stops on its own. I just hope I don't throw a pick, but that's a great ball from Devontae Joseph. And that is the 2-minute warning. But now we are in the red zone, 1st and goal on the 5, and Moreland has a wide open gap to just run his way into the end zone, tying the game at 13. And the Steelers are going back to the Super Bowl, hopefully winning it this time, and it's hopefully not going to be against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But with a 14-13 win over the Cleveland Browns, the Steelers get a chance at redemption. And you cannot have a better story than this. It is the Pittsburgh Steelers playing the Green Bay Packers in the Super Bowl in Raymond James Stadium, of all places. The home of the team that sent the Steelers home with no ring last year could be the home of the Steelers' 1st Super Bowl in a long, long time. But a big first drive here is exactly what we need, as 86 gets wide open over the middle for a great pass for Devontae Joseph and a great catch by 86. That just should hopefully give us the momentum that we need here, because I'm thinking Silver, 86, my guy, could get open, and that's exactly what he's going to do if 28 didn't just jump like Spider-Man to prevent that catch. But that doesn't matter, because you know who else I got on the other side of the field? I got Guerrero, my guy. Even though he is bagged, my running back isn't. That ain't my running back. I don't know. I'm so confused at this point. I just want to win a Super Bowl so I can finish this rebuild. But that'll be the last time I complain in this video, hopefully. But I'm taking Guerrero off of pass protection, and it worked because it drew the linebacker away so that my fullback, Karan, number 11, can get the first down. Clock is running a lot on this drive. I'm actually shocked, but hopefully some kind of play action will be just enough to throw him off. And it isn't, as I get sacked as my O-line. 3 of them were literally just standing there, but, you know, who knows? Maybe they were just a little bit tired. Even though now is not the time to be, because this is the only game of the season that truly matters, as I'm airing it out to Cases, but it is just a little bit long. Come on, Williams. I need somebody to do something, because I need a lot of yards here if I want to get a touchdown on my first drive of the Super Bowl. But B is wide open, and a terrible pass from Joseph, but it's a great catch from Antonio Williams, setting us in the red zone to hopefully get a touchdown, as Guerrero gets a little bit of separation and about 12 yards to put us at first and goal on the 5. So I don't really know what I'm going to do here, but I'm going to put Guerrero on a bit of a further out, because you know he'll be open. And the D lineman almost picked that football off. And I'm going to be honest, if he did, I think I would have just quit right then and there, because at that point, Madden just isn't going to let you win anything. But Antonio Williams is wide open and in the end zone for the Steelers' first touchdown in the Super Bowl. And once again, the Steelers are back in the red zone in the first half. And you know who I'm going to. I'm going to my guy Guerrero to get the second touchdown, giving us a 13-0 lead. And now that we have the football, once again, time is ticking, as we don't have any timeouts, but we are on the 22. Guerrero, out of the sack, gets us to first and goal on the 5, but I need to run no huddle here. Silver's already in position. I cannot audible out of this. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Silver! No! Almost throwing a pick. That would have been terrible, but it does stop the clock. And I'm on it. I think I'm looking at Cases here, and I call it, and he gets open for the third touchdown of the half for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, there is still some time on the clock, but if I think if I punch in this touchdown, I think we'll have finally won the Super Bowl. As a completely terrible drop. Hopefully that's not a bad omen. But quite frankly, the Steelers are playing. I am playing a really good game of Madden as Guerrero gets into the end zone once again in the Super Bowl. And now I am declaring victory. Now I can finally declare victory in this Super Bowl. And finally, the Pittsburgh Steelers have won the 2033 to 2034 Super Bowl against the Green Bay Packers, 35-14. Finally solidifying themselves in the history books once again. Oh God, this rebuild has taken so long. And there it is. Roger Goodell is the commissioner. And there is our head coach, Ben Berger, the 500-pound man lifting the Lombardi Trophy. Oh my gosh, this has taken forever. And in the 2023 season, or not even. And in the 2033 season recap, we finally do it. We finally win the Super Bowl 35-14 over the Green Bay Packers. And quarterback Devontae Joseph wins Super Bowl MVP. And I would like to thank each and every one of you personally for watching this video, because if you're hearing me right now, that means you made it through this absolute movie of a video. What I do know is I will not be doing a rebuild for some time. This has taken genuinely 3 days. If you pay attention to my face cam, you will see I'm wearing a Boston shirt, a long sleeve white shirt, and now this Red Sox one, because I literally started this on Wednesday and it's Friday now. So I don't know. I need to find a better way to do rebuilds, because honestly this is the most rewarded I've ever felt playing a video. But to keep this video maybe a couple minutes shorter, I would like to thank each and every one of you for watching. Like and subscribe after this wonderful story, and I will see you all in the next one. See ya.